In this video, the racist knucklehead Nigel Farage is panicking and basically begging Trump through this interview to please have mercy on him, because he's realizing that America is basically he's realizing that the UK is basically America's bitch on a leash, and that they've always been a pet, and there's no special relationship. There's no, I'm Batman and you're Robin. It's basically a slave master relationship, US being the master and UK being the slave. Anyway, let's see what he's got to say.
To use economic threats against the country that's been considered to be your closest ally for over 100 years is not the kind of thing you would expect. It's wrong, it's bad, it would be very, very hurtful to us. Now, I think we're in a position that we can negotiate.
How are you going to negotiate on your knees? How are you going to negotiate on your knees and stuff like that? You've never been allies. In your head, you were allies. Never in America's head were you allies.
We're not tied.
Remember, America was started by breaking away from England, mate.
We're not tied. We're not tied. It's bad. It would be very, very hurtful to us. Now, I think 100 years is not the kind of thing you would expect. It's wrong. It's bad. It would be very, very hurtful to us. Now, I think we're in a position.
Hold on. It'd be very, very hurtful to us. Can you imagine being bullied by someone? Someone's trying to, someone's someone trying to rob you, and the way you're trying to because they're gonna take Greenland, yeah. You're trying to persuade someone not to rob you. You say, please don't rob me. It's gonna be very, very hurtful to me. Please don't take my wallet. It's gonna be very, very hurtful to me. Please don't break into my home. It's gonna be very, very hurtful to me. I think he's aware of what he's doing is hurtful to you. He just doesn't care. You're insignificant to him. You said we're in a good place to negotiate. Like how you're on your knees. Secondly, and how you're going to negotiate is, please, it will be very, very hurtful to us.
Now, I think we're in a position, the kind of thing you would expect. It's wrong. It's bad. It would be very, very hurtful to us. Now, I think we're in a position that we can negotiate.
Yeah, on your knees.
We're not tied. We're not tied by European Union trade rules. That does give us an advantage in these negotiations, but
you're not tied. It doesn't matter what you're tied to. It matters that America's a million times more powerful than you. I've even heard, I'm going to do a separate video on it, that England, UK can't use its nukes without the permission of America. Yeah, it don't matter if you're tied to the EU. This don't matter EU. Trump just sees you as nothing. He sees Europe as nothing. All these little countries in Europe, he sees as nothing. England, he sees as nothing. He believes he can just give you one boot with his shoe, and that's you lot finish. He sees you as irrelevant.
I would just say this. I'm all for Trump taking out enemies of European Union trade rules. That does give us an advantage in these negotiations. But I would just say this. I'm all for Trump taking out enemies of the West. Maduro, the Iranian regime.
What do you mean enemies of the West? When was Venezuela enemy to us? Trump's America? When was it enemy? When was it an enemy? Don't tell me about drugs and stuff like this. You flood the black communities, with drugs. You killed bloody Fred Hampton, one of the Black Panthers, who was trying to. They weren't even called the Black Panthers originally, because it was the CIA that gave them that name to separate them from the poor white people that was working with them. Yeah, you killed Fred Hampton was doing school meals for the kids. He was doing like education programs. He wasn't against white people, stuff like that. You murdered him, in the middle of the night. Same thing with Malcolm X. Malcolm X, when he came back from, like, you liked him when he was a racist against white people because that would cause tension and make white people not like black people. But when he came back from Mecca and was like a proper Muslim and stuff, and what is it? I was telling people white black people and black people can get on together and stuff like that. And we need to look at the government and stuff. We don't need to fight each other. It's the government. It's the government that are causing our problems and stuff like that. And he was gonna take the America to government to the United Nations because he's saying what they're doing to us is a crime, terrorism and stuff. Anyway, the point is that look, um, yeah, look, you can't say Venezuela wasn't our enemy too. Yeah, they weren't gonna send missiles towards you or anything stuff. As for the drugs and people smoking drugs and this, that, and the other and so forth, you don't care. You flooded the black community with drugs. Yeah. As for Iran, stop making the Middle East an enemy to you. You're an enemy to them. They're not an enemy to you. Yeah. And don't tell me about 9/11, all this stuff, because how did the problem start with the East and the West? How did the problem start? Did the East come to the West and cause problems, or did the West go to the East? Timeline. Long before 9/11. What happened to Iran? You didn't like the person, in Iran, he was going to naturalize all their resources and stuff like that. So what did you do? You sent people to infiltrate and overthrow their leader. Iran was minding their own business. Yeah, they didn't come over to America and try to overthrow an American president. Yeah, or infiltrate uh, the opposition party or whatever this time. You came, yeah, from America to Iran. You infiltrated the country, yeah, and what happened? You did a coup and overthrew the ruler of Iran. Don't talk about enemies and stuff. You cause enemies. Anyway, yeah, nonsense.
But if he falls out with his own allies, there's an advantage in these negotiations. But I would just say this: I'm all for Trump taking out enemies of the West, Maduro, Ukraine.
Yeah, other brown people. I don't care if you, I don't care if if you're violent towards brown people, but if you're violent against Europeans or white-skinned people, I hate it.
Regime. But if he falls out with his own allies and leaves America isolated, that would be a very bad place to be. So I'm worried about it.
It will be a bad place for you, not for him. It will be a pitiful place for you, not for him. It would be you were careful how you said that. You left it open ended. You didn't say it would be bad for him.
I'm concerned about it. I've always been a supporter of the president since way before he got elected first time. But I will be having some words with the American administration in Davos on Wednesday to use.
Nigel Farage begs Trump, yeah, not to use tariffs and stuff against him, or to take Greenland. He's basically begging him on his knees.
To use economic threats against the country that's been considered to be your closest ally for over 100 years is not the kind of thing you would expect. It's wrong. It's bad. It would be very, very hurtful to us. Now, I think we're in a position that we can negotiate. We're not tied. We're not tied by European Union trade rules. That does give us an advantage in these negotiations. But I would just say this: I'm all for Trump taking out enemies of the West, Maduro, the Iranian regime. But if he falls out with his own allies and leaves America isolated, that would be a very bad place to be. So I'm worried about it. I'm concerned about it. I've always been a supporter of the president since way before he got elected first time. But I will be having some words with the American administration in Davos on Wednesday.
What a pitiful slave.